Hello, hello, everybody. A little bright there. Let me close that a little bit. So this session is a special session. This morning had wonderful donations. I didn't get through as many free readings as I would like, and so I'm inspired to come on this afternoon and complete the free readings. I do appreciate all of the donations. It's how I live. But I also want to honor and you guys matter to me, so I want to come on and also provide the free readings. I will be back this evening in about 2 hours and 40 minutes for my evening session. So I'm not taking any new questions in this session. This is just to complete this morning section. I had screen captured all of the questions. So I will step through those and then I will be back this evening. So if you want to come back around 5 p.m. Mountain time, I will be putting out my next notification for the 6 o'clock. And you can jump in early if you want and post your question as well there. All right, so let's get started. I did have one donation that had made just as I was about to leave, so I am prioritizing them, and they will be first. So, Supernova, thank you so much for your additional donation. And you were wanting to know Kurt's message from Kurt and see what Kurt's spirit has for you. So, let's take a look and see what message do they have bringing in here for you. Okay. All right. Well, right off the bat, you've got the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is them telling you that it is so important for you to be true to yourself. See yourself from a completely different perspective than you had in the past. The Ace of Swords allows you to cut away the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, those old ways of thinking about yourself, who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, should do, need to do. Any of these fears, any of these obligations is a big word he's using that you have for others. And they're saying, be free, be you. Try not to buy into all that BS. He's using a different word, of course, but he's saying that because you got the Six of Pentacles here. And the Six of Pentacles is about you have so much to give that you're also able, they want you to be able to receive. Now, we talked about the Six of Pentacles before in my Take 10 with Zen. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about us going back and looking at these out of balance giving and receiving belief systems that we have that are on kind of a autopilot running below the surface. And these are the things that the child self is keeping from you. And it's important now, as you're going through this process of opening up your life, to bring down those barriers by embracing your inner child and going back and looking at those. So be sure to check out that if you haven't already, those Take 10 episodes 4 and 5. Let's see what else he has here for you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly the same kind of messages. I'm gonna show you these because he gave you the Three of Pentacles, now he has the Three of Wands. Staying true to your authentic self, the Three of Wands is about changing direction and doing what you want to do and where you're gonna go, right? You get to decide which way to go. You have like here, it's like people telling you what you should do, and on the reverse, it's you choosing and you going a direction. So again, they're saying don't be afraid to step off and you know, be who you want to be and go where you want to go. Because with that Ace of Swords, you also have the Page of Wands coming in. So all this newness, this inspiration, this passion, new ideas, new ways of going, seeing things from a higher perspective, and making movement. And then you have with the Six of Pentacles, you've got the Five of Cups, which is all about diving into your emotions, these old emotions that you have and letting them go. Again, stepping into your power here with the Two of Cups, that you get to choose what anything means. And so the stuff that's been holding you back has been these old belief systems, like you were told supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, but it's not for you anymore. They're saying your life is so huge, you're so much bigger than the box that everyone's been trying to keep you in. It's like, what they showing me an old like a it's like a video, a cat video of this big, big cat trying to fit into a little box. Because you know how cats like getting in boxes, but this cat couldn't fit into it because it was too big. It's large, it was like almost like a lion or a tiger. It's like, "You are big, you're too big to be able to try to fit into small boxes, so don't even try. Invest your energy on moving forward and don't worry about the small boxes." So I love that for you, Nova Rodriguez, Supernova. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. And then the next free reading up was Magana. Hey, Magana. And so you said, N accepted your request on Instagram yesterday. And what did he feel when he saw your request? Will he initiate a conversation? All right. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. So, what did he feel? Well, we've got confliction a little bit, but also emotional stability. You've got the um, the four of cups over here, which is the emotional stability, and you have the five of swords, which is where the conflict is coming in. The conflict between their heart and their mind. So their heart knows it's like there's this um, attraction that's there. It's stable though, and so it's not like an out of like, oh my god, I've got to be with them kind of thing. They're like there's interest, there's draw emotionally, but their mind is keeping them kind of in this calm place. It's almost feels like it's not so much that their heart is imprisoned as much as it is that um, it's not given so much of a voice yet. So the conflict, if you think of the five of swords as an ace of swords and then two swords and two swords, of those are the thoughts of the heart, the other are the thoughts of the brain. Like heart has a brain cells. If you didn't know, our heart actually has a mind, and it has stuff it wants to say, but our brain is going, no, 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 and it has to do with fears. Doesn't have to do with your worth or not. Yeah, and then um, kind of the same message when we're asking about, will he initiate a conversation? Two of swords, they're kind of in the middle. If they close their eyes and open their heart, yeah. If they stay stuck in their mind, I feel like they're at a fork in the road. And at this point, we don't know who's going to win here. We know eventually the heart always wins because the mind gets tired, and the heart will wear him down. But I don't feel like it's going to be any time like within the next week, maybe even 2 weeks. I just feel like they're um, trying to figure things out, and the battle of the mind and the heart keeps going back and forth. So definitely not a week. 2 weeks almost seems too long, but sometime in the second week, I feel like there is not necessarily like initiating conversation. I think that there's going to be a meeting of sorts, but it's not like a deep, like, hey, I want to get to know you kind of thing. I feel like it almost feels clumsy, which is cute, right? But it's not like well thought out. It's just more of a, oh, there you are. All right, I'm just gonna kind of make, how's the weather? Oh my gosh, really? It's that kind of awkward, clumsy type of not thought out. The heart suddenly busts. It's like the heart busting out of their arms to go say, hey, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh my God, get back here, heart. It's that kind of energy. So enjoy that, Magana. Just have patience with them. All right. All right. And then Lydia, you were up next. You want to know, how is Jay doing from the last time you spoke, and will you speak again soon? All right. Wow. Well, they are feeling very bright and joyous with the sun card. It's one of the most victorious cards. It also is one of bright shininess, shining a lot of light into their life. So it feels very bright, very happy, right? So it's good. And then will you? Yeah, you got the star cards. You got the sun card and the star card. So the star card is like dreams come true, wish upon a star. And so I definitely feel like it's going to be even more like it's going to be sooner than you had thought it would be even. So I like it for you. It's very positive. So all right, well that's what they have for you. And then we had left off after that with DK. So hey DK, and you want to know whether Krishna has thought on your marriage, whether he wants to marry you or not. Confused. Yeah, I hear you, right? Well, if you're confused, you know they are confused too, right? So let's take a look here. So I got 2 and 2. So what do they think? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So here's the confusion, right? We've got the 9 of swords, a lot of fears of thoughts. What if, what if, what if, supposed to, shoulds, need to's, have to's, must. They've got a lot of fear, which brings in confusion, right? And the emperor, though, which I like this because it's like they have fears around things, around picking the wrong person, being with the wrong one. Is there something more? What if I fail? What if, what if, what if? A lot of stuff going on here. And the emperor, though, is someone who stands up to all of these. Like if you think of those 9 of swords as a lot of advice from people, supposed to, shoulds, need tos. Everyone, me, right? Yakety yakety yak. And the emperor eventually goes, all right, thank you, advisors. You can clear the throne room now. I need to make some decisions. And I feel like that's the point that they're getting to is they've heard a lot of advice. They've heard a lot of things going on. And there's been a lot of pressure, but I feel like they're just to the point of going, I'm going to decide. I'm just tired of it. I can't stand it anymore. It's too noisy. And I do see here, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Full card, there is this new birth energy around this. Both of them are without restriction, without supposed tos, without shoulds, without everything else. And I feel like they just want to get away from all the expectations and have adventure, have, their sensuality here, but they want to have this birthing, they want to have self-care, and they want to do what they want to do without all of this pressure of um, a destination. So it feels here, and I can understand the confusion because on one hand, they want to do what to please everyone else, right? But on the other hand, they want to please themselves and not everyone else. And they're afraid that if they, um, just obey and do what everyone else wants them to do, that they're going to be unhappy in life. And why even live? They'd much rather anger everyone and go head off on their own adventure apart from all this. So it feels more they're trying to avoid obligation because they're feeling trapped. And it's not necessarily have anything to do with you specifically. It has to do with all of these fears and these people around. So I feel like they don't want to get married right now. They want to be free and they want to be able to choose when they choose it instead of feeling all this pressure that they have to choose, right? And and I feel like that's the main energy that's going on there. So it's not so much that they're and that's why you are confused because they are confused, right? As we said in the beginning, they in one hand want to marry, but it's out of obligation, and on the other hand, they want to enjoy life and just have an adventure instead of so much pressure. So that's what's coming in right now, DK. So hang in there. All right. Many blessings. And Rhonda, you are up next. So, Rhonda, what is coming up for you? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. Well, once you get through this barrier here, you do have an important relationship that's coming in for you. Whether it's love, whether it's romance or not, it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be best friends, it could be rekindling an old friendship with a family member. Could be any of that, but it's an important relationship that's coming in here for you. But the Nine of Wands has been what's been keeping it from you. And it has to do with worth, right? In my video series, Take 10 with Zen, episodes 4 and 5 really talk about the barrier that's up. And it comes from our like our small child self that's below the surface, right? They're the ones that are in charge of the forest fields, keeping things at a distance. But it has to do with this out of balance of giving and receiving and of our worthiness to receive. And while that forest field is up, we keep hitting our head against that wall, and we can't get through it, and people can't get through to us. So it's an important thing. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. If you have checked it out, check it out again and just see who is it that some forgiveness and some release can happen from your past. Usually it's going to be 7 years old and younger, but this release of the wrath and the transformation, because that is what is able, it enables this force field to fall down and it allows this connection with this new person. It's not, the only time it would be someone that's from your past is if it's a family member that you kind of drifted away from and it's a rekindling of a close friendship with them. Otherwise, it's new friend, new romance, not anyone from the past. So that's what they wanted to have you there for you, Rhonda. Hopefully that was worth the wait. But definitely check out those two videos. They're less than 10 minutes each, but they definitely will give some good tools and some reminders of like, ah, yes, this is what I want to do. All right. So many blessings. Much love, my friend. And great quartz. You are up next. You know, how do you get out of these energies? One step at a time, right? It's like, how do you put on pants one leg at a time? Let's take a look here. Yeah, yeah, we definitely have here the King of Cups balancing heart and mind, and the Nine of Pentacles is looking at your worth in relationship to spirit, your worth related to the outside world, and looking at it a different way with the guidance of spirit here. So the energies that you're in, it's really the nine is the hermit's journey. Step away in the physical world, away from the chaos, connect with spirit. And they're the ones that help you connect to the ace of cups, which is your higher love. It allows you to see that, and that's what helps calm the mind beast, the monkey mind. It's funny, I haven't used that in a long time. But the energies we have, if they're energies we're not wanting, we know that they're lower vibrational energies, right, of fear. And so we're in our mind, there's a fear that's in our mind. But if we take a step back, take some deep breaths and calm ourselves, and then we're able to consciously connect with our higher selves and with spirit, we feel that unconditional love fill us up. We also see things from a different perspective, and our vibration rises. And whatever we're focusing our energy is what grows and expands. And so that's why it's important for us to focus in on spirit, because then that connection grows bigger. If we're focusing on our fears, then those grow. So it's important for us to do our shadow work. But if we focus on our fears, 99% of the time in the unconditional love, 1%, we're actually growing this instead of this. So we spend majority of our time connecting to spirit at higher levels, meditation, painting, whatever it is, happiness, joy, gratitude, all of that. The more we focus on that, that changes our energies, right? Um, I know I have several of my Take 10 with Zen videos talk about heartache, heartbreak, and different energy things that are listed in there. And then also it talks about an empathic bubble and what the true gift of the empath is. They're only 10 minutes or less each. So I really encourage you to take a look at that playlist too. It'll be um, well, I don't think it's going to be at the end of this video, and but at the this morning's video or any other videos besides these special sessions, you'll see the playlist link, but it's also at the top of my main page. So that's what I would say to check that out. I think it'll give you some good advice and tools on how you can get out of, and it's more transforming the energies, because there's no wrong or right. There's just uncomfortable, lower vibrational energy rooted in fear, and higher vibrational energy, of course, of the upper realms. Right. So that's what they have for you. Oh, great courts. Good to see you. Many blessings to you. All right. Schlock, you are up. So, what are Anushka's current feelings for you? And when will be a reconciliation? No contact. All right. Let's take a look here. And their current feelings for you, I think you're dead to them. I feel like this is ended, Schlock. I don't want to be insensitive, but I feel like you know this. And yeah, the the Four of Swords is peace of mind. It's about seeing things from a higher perspective and letting the fears go. It just feels like there's this ending type of energy with the death card here. And, when we realize that whoever's meant for us will not pass us by, when we release people, if they don't come back, then it wasn't meant for us, right? And people don't leave us. We don't leave people. We don't leave jobs. Things are moved out of our lives on purpose for a purpose, and we're moved out of other people's lives on purpose for a purpose so that we can grow. We can go in the direction that is more destined for us. I feel like with that Four of Swords, they're saying just put your mind at ease and allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, but allow this release to come in and allow this to go, to uh, you know, a different place in your life. You have had this death, right? This ending, but allow for a new beginning, allow yourself to move forward, allow yourself to go with the flow. I just feel try not to resist it, because it just makes it that more painful. Like when you swim against the flow of a river, you get a mouthful of water, and they're like, just turn around and allow yourself to flow away. If it's meant for you, you'll bump back into each other. But I feel like with this peace of mind, it's more so moving forward, and you will eventually have peace with it and go, oh, I see why this needed to happen. So hang in there, Schlock. But that's what they have for you right now. So much love to you. Oh, so sorry that it didn't get to you in this morning's session, Rhonda, if you're back listening to this full one here. All right. And then Shirley Mador. Hello, Shirley. Giddy up, horsies. So, can you please tell me what the person on your mind's current feelings, thoughts, and intentions and next actions will be? Well, let's take a look here. All right. Well, you had two come in here. So, we do have this ending, and it's like ending of old cycles, beginning of new cycles with the world card here. The Knight of Swords is this pursuit of higher knowledge, looking at things from a different perspective. And of course, you get a horsey, you get a knight coming in here, and it's even in the same direction as your horse in the chat. That's funny. But there is this changing of mindset and thought and belief, and there's this movement and this change, this direction that it's going here. And it's about cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and this feeling of freedom. So their current feelings, I don't feel feelings so much here as thoughts, but their thoughts are changing, their thoughts and intentions. It's so free flowing, because the world card, what happens here is it's the last card in the major arcana, right? And it leads us to the full card, which is this journey, this adventure without intentions, without a cage. It's like a horse running free on the range. They don't want a bit in its mouth or blinders or whatever, or people on its back telling it to go slow. It wants to run. It's a wild horse, and this is their kind of energy. No wonder you're attracted to them, if this is someone you're attracted to. But there's so much not intentions, not um, a destination, not a specific path. They want to just roam free in the field and enjoy the journey, enjoy the adventure. Let their mane, uh, rustle in the wind as they run across the plains. So that's what's coming in there. So I don't feel like they have any specific. It's just more they're more mental than they are emotional, it seems. So maybe they're an air sign, but um, that's what's coming in, surely. I just don't feel like they're wanting anything defined with this energy. So hang in there, my dear, and many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And then Kevin Dodabuin, hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And you want to know, how does Aksha feel about you romantically? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Well, it feels here that they're working through some stuff here. They've got the Page of Wands, which there's attraction there because the Wands energy is like energetic attraction, physical attraction, passion type of energy. But I don't see like romance here. I see thinking and fire burning, right? So they've got here with this Ace of Swords here with the Justice card, trying to balance things out. Things have been out of balance in their life. In fact, I think is this side. Yeah, this side shows it the out of balancedness here. And there's has to do with these fears that they've had in their life, and they're trying to figure and work through these thoughts and fears and mindsets that no longer serve them around relationship, around interactions with others. And it's like the emotions are held captive, or they're disconnected, or in a soundproof room because they're not being voiced. They just have the thinking, trying to balance things out, trying to cut away fears and their passion, their attraction. And the heart is in there, banging on the walls, wanting to get out, but it's soundproofed. And I don't feel like they know how numb they are emotionally, that they're so much caught up in their head and their fears, they don't realize how held back they are. So hopefully that makes sense for you there, Kevin, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then up next, we've got Bonita. Hey, Bonita, you'd like a general reading? So let's take a look here. All right. Wow, you got some deep thinking and like emotional work that you're doing here. Um, it's like this validation of, the devil card is about a questioning of a lot of our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, all the way back to childhood, right? It's like the shaking of your foundation of your thinking and belief systems. And then the Queen of Cups, she's very much in tune with emotion. She's almost like the high priestess because all the queens are given a second portion of emotion, making them the masters over emotion. She's able to dive deep into emotional waters, go where normally you can't go, and connecting to spirit too. So there's like this major transformation of uh, the emotions and the mind that's coming in. And again, I feel like it's a validation of stuff that you've been working on, and that if it feels like mentally exhausting and emotionally exhausting, it's okay to take a break. I feel like they're saying, you've been doing a lot of work. You've been releasing a lot. You've been questioning and reflecting a lot, and it's okay. You can take a break, and it's worth the effort. You're releasing a lot of stuff mentally and emotionally that been holding you down, which allows you to move forward to where you're not experiencing what you've always got before, because you're not doing what you've always done before. You've been raising your love vibration. You've been releasing things. So your hot air balloon is getting higher and higher because you're cutting off sandbags, mental sandbags, emotional sandbags, and I like it. That's what they have for you right now, Benita. So many blessings to you. All right. And then up next, we have number 72 or no 72. You want to know, will your next relationship be healthy and long lasting? So, your very next relationship, is it going to be long and lasting? So, let's take a look here. It is because it's with yourself. No! We have the Hermit card here, which is all about you turning to your higher self here, who's in the lantern. And you have the Ace of Swords, which is about connecting to the higher truths and cutting away things from, fears and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you, that have limited you. And it has to do with the relationship because they're saying if you keep doing what you've always done, your next relationship won't be healthy and it won't be long lasting. When we do what we've always did, we're going to get what we've always gotten. And so there's this awareness, this awakeness that's coming here that's allowing you to see things that don't serve you anymore. Thoughts and beliefs around yourself, your worth, who you are, who you're supposed to be in a relationship, who they're supposed to be in a relationship, what a relationship is supposed to be, how you're supposed to find one, how it's supposed to end up, blah, 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 right? There's all this opinion you've been given all your life, and this is the clearing away. And it's this invitation to get to know your true self, your higher self, because that's the love you've been looking for. And when you find that self love, it changes your whole aspect of how you perceive the outside world. Because we've got all these expectations of who they're supposed to be. And when they're not, we're always looking at how they're falling short. Judgment, judgment, judgment. And who wants to hear all the time of how you're disappointing me? Versus when we have zero expectations because we're finding everything we need inside of us, we can still be with someone and we're like, wow, look at how amazing you are. And we're full of gratitude. They're above and beyond extra. Anything they give us is amazing. We can spend our time telling them what we think is amazing about them instead of how they're falling short. You can imagine the difference that would make in a relationship, right? I know it would make a difference with me on the other end of that, right? You're like, I would much rather them be telling me sincerely, you know what I love about you is your perseverance, how you don't give up on people. And I love that about you. And you're just like, what? Wow. That's hot. You're so funny. All right. So that is what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. And then Alice, you are up and you hope I'm doing good. I am doing very, very well. Thank you. And I hope you're doing very good too. And you want to know any positive messages from your spirit guides and angels? Let's take a look here. I like that. Positive messages. I don't want any negatory ones. So these are positive. Wow. Yeah, you definitely are going through this wonderful death and rebirth. This is a positive thing. I know it doesn't seem like it at first, but you got the Hierophant, who is this invitation from your higher self to see yourself from a higher perspective, from your capital T truths. Here's the Knight of Swords in pursuit of the capital T truths. And so there's this quest you're invited on to that allows you to connect with that Ace of Swords, which allows you to see things so differently from a higher place. And it's the ending and a new beginning. You're no longer trying to fit in, being who everyone has wanted you to be, or trying to make this situation, whatever it might be, that's happened in your life. Like, it needs to be this way. And like, who says? Well, they did. And like, who are they? I don't know, my ancestors. Well, they've been making it up and going along, making it up as they've been going along for centuries. Like, really? Yeah, they're just making stuff up and going, this sounds good. And then everyone takes it as rule, like this is what it has to be. And they're like, no. It's like I don't know if you ever saw Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp and all those, and I forget which pirate it is, but they're like, what about the pirates? What about the pirates code? Well, it's more like pirate guidelines. It's like more of a suggestion than it is a code. And that's what I feel is coming in is that, your spirit guides and angels are saying that you can look beyond um, the code and these guidelines, and it's just a suggestion. You get to decide though. So I like it. Too funny. All right, Alice. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Rashi 00000, you are up next in like a general reading. Absolutely. Let's see what spirit wants you to know right now. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. Wow. So we definitely have this change of energy. You got the 10 of wands where there's been a lot of energy invested in trying to obtain things in the outside world. All the stuff that we're told, we're defined by relationships, situations, and things. And so we invest all our energy on relationships, situations, and things: jobs, education, our bodies, our bank accounts, homes, friendships, lovers, family, blah, blah, blah. So much energy. And we don't really get a whole lot back because the belief that we have that we find our worth, the Ace of Pentacles, in the outside world is a lie. Lies, all lies, because it's all unstable, right? People change, people pass away, people walk away. Unstable. Situations never stay the same. Unstable. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, stolen, so all of that's unstable. And that ends up turning us inward and upward, where we find what we've been looking for all along, which is that beautiful unconditional love from up above. It's eternal, it's the only thing that's stable. And the King of Pentacles learns through his long journey through the outside world that the outside world falls short, and then we turn inward and upward and we find jazz hands. It's all this wonderful, um, what we've been looking for. And then the 10 of wands changes. Instead of us investing so much energy in the outside world, we stop investing and pouring energy into a black hole, and we return that back to us, and we're like, wow, feel that energy, feel that excitement, feel all of that comes in. So I feel like that is what they're wanting you to know right now, is that the outside world will not fulfill you. You find what you're looking for inward and upward, and it transforms everything for you. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you, Rashi. All right. And then Manur Riaz Gadar. Hey, hey, hey. So, what are Habib's current thoughts towards you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got here. Well, we've got the Four of Cups, which is stable emotions, which we like that. Emotional stability is always important, right? And the Nine of Cups, which is kind of a wish fulfillment come true, emotionally fulfilling. So their current thoughts, they really don't have thoughts as much as they have feelings. And so they haven't formulated and put a lot of thinking or expectations or intentions or next actions or anything here. They like this feeling that they're feeling emotionally, and I feel like they don't want to ruin it by thinking about it. I feel like they just want to go with it and go with the emotional flow, which it's not wands, which is passion of, I'm attracted to you and I just want to touch you. This is emotion, like I care about you. And they are like, wow, I, it's like they're almost falling in love in a way. They just feel fulfilled and they're just like, wow, is this what love feels like? And they don't want to like think about it, because then that is like pop the balloon and then all the emotions are gone. So enjoy the emotional flow. I would go along with that for now. And that's what they have for you, Manure. So many blessings to you. And then we have Minu. Hello, hello, dear. And you want to know what is in the future of Praveen and your relationship? All right, let's see what came out here. Well, you have this rebirth coming in here. You have the 5 of swords, which there seems to be this conflict that's coming in here of the mind, between the mind and the heart, or between 2 people, or both. It just seems like there's a lot of stuff going on in the mind and battling the heart and, people's desires and expectations differing and, this competition of who's right and who's wrong. But the death card here tells me it ends. It either ends for the good, well, it always ends for the good, but it either ends with you together or ends with you apart. But it all has to do with this battling that's going on with the 5 of swords. So I feel like there's this their current the future just seems, I don't know, it just feels like it's so volatile. The these differing expectations, this bickering, I don't know why it's bickering, but it says bickering communication of fight, 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 fight. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. And it's like someone can only stand so much of that, especially if it's someone talking to us. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. I'm like, you can be right out the door is where you can be. And I feel like that's kind of where it's headed toward, is because of these fears that one or both of you are feeling. It just makes it so exaggerated, so much in each other's face, but it's just like, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. I don't know why this is coming in. Um, if it's disagreements or overshadowing ness with the communication. Um, but I feel it definitely is one-sided in communication. And and it just feels like there needs to be some reconciliation within one of you or both of you, between your heart and your head. And that could be where the conflict is happening. But fears are keeping the heart from being truly expressed. And that's the conflict that has to unfold. So that it feels like the future right now is uncertain because there's just so many decisions that have to be made around it. So sorry, I can't be more specific there for you, but that's what's coming in right now. So many blessings to you. And then Kritika Malhotra, hello. So, what are your ex Kavaya's intentions? A few weeks back, he messaged your best friend out of nowhere, and the weird part was that we both had a dream with him in the same day. Have you ever seen the movie Freddy Krueger? Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm just kidding. They all dream of this creepy person showing up in their dreams. But, it was a joke. But there's a lot of thoughts here. They've got the 6 of swords and the, Justice card, and you can see, for this one here, the Ace of Swords is here trying to balance out their old ways of thinking with higher ways of looking at things. And the 6 of Swords is about moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, kind of a balance, 3 swords and 3 swords, the balancing here. So it feels like they've been doing a lot of thinking, and it's like they've let fears go, they've changed mindsets, they've changed perspectives on how they've looked at things. But there's a difference between I've thought about it and it's about living it and applying it, right? I feel like your spirit guides are saying, if there's communication and they're like, hey, I'm just wondering, if you think about getting back together or at least dating or hanging out or something, do it if you feel like you want to, but don't take their word for it. Let their actions over time prove it. Because anyone can fake it with their mouth for a short period of time. They can even fake it in the outside world for a short period of time. But if they have to do it consistently, more than 30 days or more, then it's their new habit anyway. And voila, they've changed. But Yeah, definitely make improve it over time and not just take their word for it because they've changed up here, but applying it can be different, right? It's like I can study and learn Spanish. I don't know why they're saying, "Oh, because I took Spanish." I was like, "Why are you bringing up Spanish?" But you can learn a foreign language, but if you don't put it into practice and use it and live it, it just it's just stuff that goes in and eventually falls out or goes so deep you don't access it, right? So that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. All right, and we're getting close to the end here. Let me see. We've got one, two, three. Yeah, so I've got four more to go. If I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. I thought as I was eating, I was going through and trying to get each and every single one that I didn't hit in the first session. So my apologies if I missed you. I will be back in 2 hours. So, and actually in about an hour, I'll be putting out the announcement for that session, and you can jump in early and put your question in the chat to get in line as well. So if I missed you, my deepest apologies. All right. So LH. Hello, hello. So, what are Virgo's current thoughts about you? All right. Thinkers, thinkers, thinkers that they are. There is disappointment here. Um, you know, they've got a lot of fears, a lot of supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts. And so they've got that, but with this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like they're working on it because they know, being the overthinkers that Virgos can be, they know that a lot of this disappointment has to do with these unrealistic expectations that they've had all their lives on themselves and everyone else, and they're trying to release themselves from it. And so um, have patience with that. Just know if you're picking it up that you're like, oh, they got some demons that they're dealing with on their own, and that's okay. And so it's not so much about you as it is about that whenever we ask about anyone's what do they think of me, it's really none of our business because we're a mirror and they're looking into us going, they're like, what are they seeing when they look into me, the mirror? Well, it depends on who's looking. If a monkey looks into the mirror of you, they're going to see a monkey. If a lion looks into you, you're going to see a lion. A unicorn is going to see a unicorn. A vampire is not going to see anything because they don't have a reflection, right? There's this thing, we are so concerned about what people think about us, but they're seeing themselves in the mirror, so it really has nothing to do with us. More so, you can ask, what are my current thoughts about them? That is me looking in my mirror. What can I learn about me? And so I feel like with all of this, just know that, well, it really doesn't matter. They are disappointed because it's disappointed in themselves. But the Eight of Pentacles does show that they're working on themselves. There's progress being made. There's also beneath everything this Six of Cups, which I've been getting this a lot lately, which is this past life connection. And you guys might both feel it, and you will only know it if you feel it, right? Of like, wow, I just feel like I know him from somewhere else before. And it is this, it goes beyond this world, it feels like, because I know I didn't know them in the way that I'm feeling this connection, right? So you're not going crazy. Well, I'm not a licensed counselor, can't say you're not going crazy, but if you have this, you know, draw to them, that's could be what it is. It's very much attached to that subconscious akashic connection from a past life. So that is what they have for you, LH. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Fire Spawn, you are up next. Thank you so much for liking the video earlier today. And you just want some cards to tell you if is the Pisces single? Ooh, all right. Let's find out. Are they really single? Yeah, maybe newly so, because we've got the Hanged Man, which, is normally hanging upside down like that, which is patience, seeing things from a different perspective, slowness and things. And we've got the Ace of Swords, which is slow in communication, and in a process of seeing things differently in their life. And I feel like this happens when we come out of a relationship and we're reevaluating things and we're cutting away things. And it just feels like they're, and by recently, it could even 2 to 3 months, maybe a little longer. But I feel like they just been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of hesitancy in jumping into different things because they are wanting to look at things from a different perspective. And they kind of just want this fresh start with that Ace of Swords. I just don't want to do what I've always done and get what I've always gotten. I want something different and new, is what I feel is coming through there. But I definitely feel like they're single and most likely fairly newly single, if that resonates. All right. And that's what they have for you, Fire Spawn. And then Alexis, you are up. You'd like a reading about your psychic gifts and abilities. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. Yeah, we've got the Page of Cups here. So I knew that you have like a heightened sense of empathy and feeling people's emotions. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen video, I think it's around 8 or 9 episodes, somewhere around there. It'll talk about the empathic bubble and the true gift of an empath. There's two different ones. They're like 10 minutes or less, but I can give you some information on that because I feel like you are empathic with this coming up here. And so that's an important piece of understanding how you can use your gift, how you can put up a bubble, not take on everyone's emotions, and see the difference between what are yours, what are theirs that you've been taking on, and what are your inner child that's when they recognize it in the outside world going, oh, me too, me too. And you're like, oh, here comes the inner child, right? So it's like, which is of which, and how can I build this beautiful bubble to keep that outside stuff out where I can see it, experience it, but not take it on and deal with my own stuff, right? I like it. And the Nine of Pentacles, for some reason, this came into here of because the Pentacles is the outside world. The nine here with the Hermit, it it reminded me of like body work, and so I feel like there's some uh, special knowledge that you have that you could use and glean and help people. And whatever you're drawn to, whatever modality it is, whether it is nutrition or if it's nine is the Virgos, it's all about the body too, which they just brought in. But acupuncture, acupressure, qigong, reiki, whatever it is, your modality that you have this draw to, follow the draw, because you definitely do have those talents there as well. So I like those, Alexis, and that's what they have for you right now. Two things you can focus on. So many blessings. All right, and we are to the final reading, and that is for Rose Anna. So thank you so much, and you'd like a reading. So let's give you a general reading, and we'll see what does Spirit want you to know right now. All right. Wow. So we have the Judgment card here and the Two of Pentacles. And the Judgment card is like the higher self calling the lower self upward. And the Two of Pentacles can be it's this infinity symbol, which is up above, coming down the cycle of up and down and up and down. And I feel like here, we've got card 20 and we've got card 2. 2 plus 0, of course, is 2. So you've got this duality that's coming in here. And there's this nudge from spirit of just understanding where each of these things come from, what's going on with it all. When you're looking and living your life, there's two of you living this human experience. And I have a great YouTube series. It's free on my main page called You Times Two, which is all about getting to know the two of you that are living this human experience. this human character you're playing here and the actor behind this character who is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. And there's this bonding that can come together and you can live life in a completely different way. And I feel like that is what is happening in your life is this higher and higher awakening, seeing life from a higher and higher and higher different perspective. So they're free, and the videos run anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. There's like 40 of them. Um, but I feel like it'll really help you on this journey of understanding and putting things in this beautiful perspective. So that is what they have coming in for you, Rose Anna. And sorry again if I did miss anyone. I tried my best. So, deepest apologies. Thank you for forgiving me. I will be back, like I said, in an hour and 45 minutes for my evening session. So, if I didn't catch you and I missed you, please come back. I'll be posting in about 45 minutes or so the announcement for the session. And then if you just go into it and you can access the chat and you can post your questions early on there and you get in line um, for the free readings if you want to do that. All right, everybody, much love to you all. And thank you again for your patience, all of you that were waiting for your free readings. I cherish you. So many of you have been with me from the very beginning. And though it seems like a small thing, and you're like, so I watch your videos, so I click the like button, I'm not able to donate. And if you're not able to, that's totally fine. Sharing the videos with others, liking the videos, watching them, participating, all of those things you can do for free, and they do impact YouTube's algorithm that puts out the my videos as recommended videos to others. So you do help spread the love tsunami. So thank you so much for that. And for all of you that do donate, you help support all these free readings. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have the great rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And remember, every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there and you take care. We'll see you.